All right, this week we're going to learn about video game music and do a little creating of our own. So composers of video game music, they are very famous right now on YouTube and other social media channels. So let's check out a few. Watch this and ask yourself, when does the music change and why? Let's watch this one first, Violin of Super Mario. All right, so that's one example. Pretty cool. And let's give another one, Super Mario Brothers, another violin example. All right, and then this one I like is a little different because it showcases the underwater scene. So let's check this one out. So I hope you get the idea as you watch these three different performers follow along with the game and playing their violins. So when does the music change and why? Well, let's talk about that. How do sounds communicate what is happening in the game? I bet you noticed that the music matched the scenery. So good old Mario theme song went along with the main Mario Super Brothers backdrop. But in the third example, we had more of a watery sound. It was slow, legato, and connected versus more upbeat and staccato. Music matches the powers. So for example, when you got the mushroom, it made a special sound, or as you got your star power, you noticed the tempo went faster or increased. Let's also notice that sound effects matched each action. So jumping, coin grabbing, floating through the water, those all matched what the character was doing at the moment. So, ready to make your own? There's so much more to learn about video music, and it would be great to do a huge project on this. But for this week, we're just going to do a beginning task. So your task is to create a concept, an idea for a new video game or an app. It doesn't have to be the traditional Mario video game that we are thinking about or looking at in this example. It can be an app for anything that you might enjoy playing. So first you're going to tell me who or what are the characters, the name of your game, what is the goal of the game, how do you win or earn the trophy or the highest points, what is the main scene, or what's a special power for your main character. So those 3 to 4 points I want you to think about, and you will complete a short Google Doc in our Google Classroom. It should make a copy for you when you click on it to complete, and then you will submit it and share it back with me for your 10 points. Now, for those of you that want to know more about these gaming composers. There are lots of gaming composers out there to check out. I would start with Mario. That is one of the most famous gaming composers for gaming music. But there's also a way to make your own video game music. So if we were to check out this website, it's called beatbox.co. And if you search it, it'll take you to a very long URL code. So I linked it right here in our slide, and I'll share the link with you in our Google Classroom. But I just want to give you a quick tutorial of Beatbox, and I plan to definitely use this next school year as a big unit for composition. So let's look at Beatbox together real quick. I'm going to turn my microphone off so you can kind of hear the different sounds. All right, so just so you notice, it's kind of like when we've used the other application where you can click on these different boxes to get your different sounds. But Beatbox is a little bit more in depth. It has, of course, your play, your backward, forward, your volume control. You can import and export your own songs. You can share it with URL codes. And of course, you can save your songs much differently than in the one we were doing. You can also edit, undo, redo, copy patterns, lots of stuff to do here. And then in preferences, it just allows you to see the different octaves or notes that you're using. You can also do a full screen layout, which I really like. The scale, easy, island, normal, there's lots of different scales to use. Key, tempo, reverb is the background track coming back at you. Rhythm, so maybe you want it in 4/4 time. I would start in 4/4, it keeps it simple. And then it also has different types of instrument settings. And this is kind of cool because it has so many more instruments than the last one we've used. So for example, if you're looking to make video game music, you might want to experiment with these different sounds. For me personally, the glockenspiel reminds me of video game music. These are your ostinatos or repeating patterns. So if you see a 1, that means that's what's going to play first. If you change these to 0s or 2s, that's when you will hear the sound come in, first, second, or third. So it's a little more complicated, but definitely play around and hear the sounds. So that's Beatbox. I hope you get the idea. I wish we had more time this year to spend on it, but maybe in the future. All right, so good luck. Go back to our Google Classroom and complete your video game concept.